Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to my podcast. This is your girl, okay? This is your new bestie. This is Tiffany Davis, and this is Tea Time with Tiff. This is Tea Time with Tiff. I don't know what I just said. Like, I can't say my own name. Anyway, guys, we are talking about adulting. All right. We're talking not just adulting. I know we just go through and talk about adulting or whatever, but we're talking about adulting, real adulting, like making friends as an adult. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrendous. And no one wants to do it. You know why? Because it takes effort and we're busy. We're busy and we're tired. All right. So let's talk about it. So I have like a total of like, I don't know, 3 friends. I have a total of like 3 friends as an adult. And I feel like that's like a pretty decent, it's a pretty decent number, especially since I live in the city, like New York City, a New Yorker. So I have a total of 3 friends. I have a total of 3, let's keep going. Yeah. So I have a total of 3 really close friends, right? And I love them to death. But the problem is they all live in a different state. They all live in like Florida. I live in New York. So I'm like alone most of the time. And I know you're supposed to go out and meet people. And I do have friends, but they're all over. And I'm just like, so what do we do? Like, do I actually have to go out and make effort in my busy schedule to try and make friends? I don't want to do that. So I was like, what's the best way to do it? And I was like, well, you have to go out to meet people. But I like staying in my bed. I like playing video games and watching Netflix and staying at home. Okay. I'm comfortable at home and I don't have to make an effort. Right. Anyway, so I was like, you know what? Let me go and try and explore the world of outside. As soon as I stepped outside, I wanted to go back inside. I didn't realize how annoying it is. Like, I literally went downtown. I was like, what's this? There's people. Oh, we have to force conversation. I love it here. That's like people like that make friends in 2 seconds. It couldn't be me because I'm socially awkward as hell. Okay. I'll be standing there like, hello. Oh, hi. How are you? Yes. And it just turns into an interview. Be like, yes. So where did you go to school? Okay. That's great. Love that school. So what did you do like for fun? And that's how the entire thing would go, good times. So basically, anyway, I was downtown and I was at this restaurant and there were just so many people I didn't know. Like, I didn't know anyone there. And I was like, what are we supposed to do? Like, this is what I'm talking about. With adult friendships, it's so hard. I don't want to be doing this. So I was like, you know what? Let me put myself out there. Let me be like a person in society and go out and do things. I hated it. I was like, you know what? I need a drink. I need a drink. Like, I need like 6 drinks and then maybe like we'll be able to make a conversation. And I got to this person. I was like, hey, hi, what's up? How are you? And they're like, oh my God, hi. I was like, why is she giving me attitude? We just started a conversation. Like, I don't understand. Oh my God, hi, yeah. So what do you do? I'm like, oh yeah, I just like starting a business, content creation, like things like that. They're like, great, me too. I lived here for a really long time. Cool. Okay. And what else? What do you like to do for fun? This is it. But I just like, bags and money and fashion and money and bags and money and fashion. And I was just like, okay. next person. Next person. Because I was like, like sometimes you just want to have a meaningful conversation, like, when you start to click with someone and you start to vibe, that wasn't it. I was like struggling and I was like, is this what people sound like? Like these like bougie ass New Yorkers being like, oh my God. And I'm a New Yorker. Like, I'm a born and raised New Yorker, but I'm still like, what is this? Like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, why am I still talking? I'm a horrible person. I'm horrible, but like, it was too much effort. So I was like, I'm not doing any of that. So then I just moved on and I was just standing there and I was just like, I want to go home. And I love my friends, but like, even as an adult, being friends as an adult is so hard because, everyone has their own lives. Everyone has their own things that they want to do and their own things to take care of. And you have to understand that. So my friends, we don't talk for like 6 months at a time, but we're still really cool and really close. But we wouldn't talk. Like, we wouldn't get a text message like rarely or like a call. Like, I know it sounds weird, but it's like when we meet up, it's like, oh my God, hey, what's up with them? Like nothing. Like we never left. Because that's friends that I've had for like 20 years. So that's like completely different. But I did have like some New York friends, but they just fade so fast. It's like you're not in the same headspace. Like even when I was at college, like, oh my God, y'all. So I went to a musical theater college, okay, and it was crazy. They were partying all the time. We were out all the time. It was nuts. So like that kind of vibe, I was like, okay, cool. We party. It was fun. It was college. Like we got out. We're 22. This that like that. This was back in the day, not now. Like relax. Don't come for me. We were 22. We got out. We're like, oh my God, New York, like concrete dreams, what tomato? Like we were outside. But the problem is they're still partying like 7 years later. And I'm like, bruh, we mad old. Like, what are you doing? And it sounds horrible. Like, of course your life doesn't end like at a certain age. But like, why are you partying and drinking every single night outside? Like you're 21 every single day, weekday, weekend. Like, aren't you tired? Like, damn. People are like, Tiffany, why are you always in the house? Because I don't want to go outside. Like, it's mad exhausting. Like, and you have to be friends with these people outside. And it's like, some of them you're still cool. Like, we still chill. But like, I don't want to be around them. Like, that sounds horrible. But like, some of them you just don't want to be around because they're partying all the time. So I was just like, no, I think I've outgrown this. I've outgrown this friendship. And I was like, is that a terrible thing to say? Like, when you outgrow something? Like, has anyone out there had a friendship that you just outgrown? Because adult friendships are just so hard to maintain. I have some great friendships even from high school. Like, there's some people from high school that I'm still cool with. Like, we don't contact like all the time. But if I met them, I'd be like, oh my God, hey, what's up? Like, they're just chill. Like, chill friends like that. Like, after a while, after a time, you can still meet up with them. That's like, period. That's it. But, ooh, guys. I just remembered a friend that I used to have. Okay. And we were really close. Like, when you're besties and you're best friends and then the relationship falls apart. Yeah, that happened to me. So what happened? So what had happened was, so we were really close friends. We would hang out all the time. Like we were besties. We'd go outside. But then, there was a little betrayal. There was a betrayal, and I didn't even know what happened. Like when you hear someone talking about you or saying you did this and you did that and you never did anything, and you're just like, what is she talking about? But what's even worse is that you hear it from someone else. Like, so you have that friend that's like gossiping behind your back, talking about you, telling you this, that, the other, and you hear it from someone else and you're like, what are they even talking about? They're like, she did this and she did that. And I was like, you didn't even come up and like ask me about the situation. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but you're spreading a whole rumor. And like that point when you're just like fed up, I just went, we're done. Like I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries rising moon. No, I'm just kidding. But I was so fed up at that point. Because we're not going to name names here and get into specifics. But like when you go behind someone's back and like cause all that chaos, this is what I'm talking about, adult friendship. We were friends for like 10 years. And then you just spread a rumor and said that I said this and that this one did this and this is why she can't come back. And I was like, it was a mess. Like I can't even get into like the nitty gritty because like who knows, we'll see this video. You know what I'm saying? But it was actually ridiculous. And I was like, we've been friends for too long for you to not come up to me. You know what? That's weird. Like if you were friends with someone for a long time, wouldn't you want them to come up to you and be like, hey, what's going on? I heard A, B, and C. Can you tell me like what's going on? Not spread a rumor, slowly start something. And then I have to be like, nah, this is it. And then she's like, why did you cut me off? I don't understand. And I'm like, are you serious? I was like, I'm sorry, but Aries don't have patience. So as soon as you just look and you're just like, I had enough. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why I'm going through all of my adult friendships and just like, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. And speaking about relationships, let's talk about dating. Dating in New York as an adult is so wild. Like I don't even know like where to start. So everyone years ago, this was years ago, okay? Someone told me to download Hinge. Download Hinge, right? And I'm just like, okay, but why? I was on it for 2 days. I seen what I need to see, and I seen some classmates from college. Saw some like scraggly looking men, and I was like, is this it? I was like, let me expand the age range. It's still shitty as fuck. I'm sorry. I was like, is this all that has to offer? And it would be like James, 29, Harvard. I love dogs. I love going to the gym. And I was like, okay. And why are you lying? And I was like, you know what? This is not for me. Because even the conversations were just dry. Because it was just so obvious that all they want is like a hit it and quit it kind of situation. And at that time, I was like, maybe I'll find the love of my life. Like delusion. Tiffany, this is delusion. I was like, maybe I'll find the love of my life. Maybe I'll find the love of my life here on Hinge. Like I was whiling and I was just like, is this it for me? Like, is this it? Is this all the city has to offer? And I was like, where are all these people finding dates? Because I even have friends that got married from Hinge. Okay, they'll lie about it and say that they didn't get married from social media. They totally did. They met on Hinge or they met on like Tinder, and they'll be like, we met online, we met at a bar, and it's just like, stop capping. You know that was like Tinder or Hinge, which is completely fine, but like, I don't know why they lie about it. It's so stupid. But I was just like, okay, so you met off Hinge. Like some people actually are successful off Hinge and then they like get married for 10 years. That is not me. And then I'm also hyper independent. So I kind of forget, oh, you have to socialize and meet people, which I hate doing. Right. So I was like, okay, let's try Hinge. Let me be out there and message people. And I got matches. And then I would talk to them and I'd be like, why am I here? Is this it for me? Like, is this all I got? Like, do I deserve nothing? Like, it sounds terrible, but I was like, this is not for me, fam. And this is why people say New York is so lonely at times. And I've been here forever. I was born here. I went to college in Connecticut, came back. But like, New York can be so lonely if you have no one to hang out with. And luckily, I know people around here, but I just don't like hanging out with people in general. So don't be like me, like be a better person. But like, I was just like, no. It's just, it's so hard, guys. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but as soon as you go outside, there's 6 million people, it's packed. You're like, you have to make an effort to talk to people, but everyone is like in their own little world trying to do their own thing and become an internet sensation. So, I was just like, I'm done. I'd rather be secluded in my house with like a clean blankie, curled up on the couch, drinking some tea and reading a book. But then they're like, society tells you that, oh, you have to get married, you have to have kids, you have to do this by a certain age, you have to do. I was like, but why? Why is society dictating what I do in life? There's absolutely no reason why society should be dictating what I do in life. I can choose what I do in life. I can choose when I get married. I can choose if I don't get married. I can choose if I have a partner. I can choose if I have 1 kid, 0 kids, 10 kids. Like, it's my choice. Like, why do I have to follow what everyone else did? Like, period. Oh my God, I loved my speech. Oh, I hyped myself up. I hyped myself up. But yeah, we were talking about friendships and I was just like, I don't think I can do it. Like, I don't think it's in my soul to do that. And I think that sounds terrible, but it's absolutely true. I don't want to do it. And I don't think I have to. And they're like, but it's like not good for you to be so secluded and isolated and this and that. And I'm like, but It's also worse for my mental health to be around people that literally drain you and you have to be so performative to pretend to be interested. And that's on period. So I was like, well, there you go. So, guys, this was my first podcast. Let me know if you want to hear more, and we're going to get into the nitty gritty. This is Tea Time with Tiff. This is Tiffany Davis, and we're out.